Your Lincoln forecast for today, a little patchy fog possible this morning. Otherwise, we'll see mainly sunny skies. Stay in warm weather, too. We'll see a high around 47. Tonight, partly cloudy skies are expected with a low around 31. And tomorrow, more sunshine on the way. Warm weather, too. We'll see a high around 44. Meteorologist Kyle Kleck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most, for all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
Coming up in Lincoln, February 2nd through 4th at the Sand Hills Global Event Center, it's the family show of all outdoors, the 55th Annual Boat, Sport, and Travel Show. With RVs, motorhomes, boats, trailers, discount tackle, and family fun for everyone. Interact with exotic animals at wildlife encounters and appearances by Husker football players. Veterans free on Friday, lots of free parking. Doors open at noon on Friday, 10 a.m. Saturday and Sunday. See you there!
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today. 93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome in to the Ahman Green Show, sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. 12-year NFL veteran. He's got some speed to go with strength. Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown. 98 yards and a Lambeau leap.
Here is your host, Ahman Green.
All right, welcome into the show. I'm your host, Ahman Green. Welcome to the Ahman Green Show. Got my man, former student, my man Ben.
Oh, yeah.
On the ones and twos here. He's been working himself into the fray of getting in on the ones and twos over there, controlling on the control board. How's it feel?
Feels great.
Yeah.
Feels great. First time I've done the Ahman Green Show, so I'm excited.
Yeah. Like I said, former student from my intro to esports class that started last spring, which is now officially a year ago now, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Time passes fast when you're having fun, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Saying that to my granddaughter this weekend, had her up. We did our second team activity for the Nebraska esports program. So I just submitted all the videos and pictures I took from that event to the social media team. So they'll be posting it up real soon on Nebraska esports on Instagram, on TikTok. So you see how much fun we had, which it was. And then 2 weeks ago, this past Friday, I did a faculty tournament called the Zero XP tournament. So no experience required for that one.
Yeah.
And we played a game. And my idea is on the faculty tournaments and on Nebraska esports tournament, we're gonna always play games that not a lot of people play or they don't know nothing about. So you got to learn it on the go. So you learn by watching the other people play. Then it's your turn, and you figure it out once you get the controller in your hand. So we did Toaster Ball, which is on Switch. It's only like a $8 to $10 game. It's hilarious. So the game is the title. So you're a toaster playing tennis or ping pong.
I could say I've never played that before.
No, if you have a Switch, check it out. It's a cheap, like I said, it's $8 to $10. Depends. I don't know if it's because you got either a Nintendo family membership or membership in general, and it gives you like a $2 discount. I don't know, but I know it's $8 to $10. And you have to use either the body of the toaster. So you're the toaster. They call the toaster in the game. I didn't realize it. The athlete. So they call a toaster. A toaster is now an athlete in this game. And you use the toast along with your body to volley the ball back to the other team. So it got creative, and you have different maps. It's a video game, so people that created this game had fun with it. They have a board. You have a typical tennis court, but it might break away at the bottom. Like the floor might give out on you, or it might burn you. It might, there's fire, and then it's a lava map too, where you're on these posts, but the lava is melting the post. And eventually, if whoever scores by, obviously hitting the ball past the other person, finally the match is over. If not, everybody just burns, I think, something like that. Then they have one where you could get electrocuted. The toaster burns and blows up. And if you leave your toast, of course, if you leave your toast in too long, what happens to the toast, Ben?
It burns.
It burns. It disintegrates. And then you don't have nothing to use other than your body to volley the ball back over to the opponents. And then sometimes the ball is a mine. It was actually like a landmine.
Oh, yeah.
It was a round ball bouncing, but then it would stop. And it would do a 3-second countdown and blow up. So you couldn't get near the ball. So we had, like I said, faculty members did it a few weeks ago. And shout out to Matt Waite, one of the faculty members of the J School. He won our belt. So I got a belt, made it official. So he had to wear it for the first week of school. So if anybody took Matt Waite's class during the first week of this past week of school, I didn't see him on Friday.
He had the belt.
Yeah.
I have him in my sports data class.
So
he was wearing it.
Okay. What day was that? He didn't do it on Friday because I walked past on Friday.
So I have the class Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So the very first class I had with him last Monday, he came in with the belt.
Yeah, strapped on.
I didn't want to ask any questions. But then the very first thing, he didn't, he wasn't like, oh, hi, I'm Matt Wade. This is the car. No, very first thing. Do you guys want to know why I'm wearing this belt?
Exactly. That's him. I've gotten to know him. He's a fun dude. He's awesome. He knows he's a jack of many trades. I mean, drones and your class, analytics. He's a numbers dude. And so we get along. We get along just well. And his son is actually at Lincoln High. And I don't know. He may be here for Rocket League. He may not. I don't know. I hope so because I know he's a good player. He taught his dad how to play Rocket League, and so but his dad won the first annual faculty 0 XP tournament, so he can claim that to the Waite family. And so then we did the same thing with the players of the Nebraska Esports program / club, and we had a good turnout. We had like 50, 60 kids show up, and most of the varsity team players were there, varsity and JV. And I just went over some of the hard tacks of some guidelines of the organization. Since some of the teams will be traveling, travel letter I had to put together in the last couple of weeks. And also I'm working on a student handbook I'm not done with yet. Editing some words in there to make sure they understand it clearly. But it's just, stuff that I guess but I know scholarship athletes sign once they, signed on to say, hey, I'm gonna come to Nebraska. And then we're going to give you money for, tuition for your room and board. It's just, that part of it is like certain things that I got to let them know since it's not written on paper or they misread it wrong. It's like, hey, no, you can't do certain things like play for other teams or practice with other organizations as you're on this roster, especially as a scholarship athlete or as a JV or varsity player. Like if you maybe I may not be a scholarship yet because we just started giving them out. But if you play for JV, or you play for a varsity team, you can't go and play with other, with UNO or, other club organization or even an esports club that's just like unattached to any program or any school. You can't do that, So that's just,
that makes sense.
It just for, and I explained it to him in a way. It's like, if you played football, would you be able to go play football at Iowa State?
Mm-mm.
No, you couldn't. So they're like, oh yeah, I'm like, see, now you get it, because
Yeah.
they're thinking, they don't see the law, they don't see the text written, and then they feel like they see other, esports pros, streamers do it,
Yeah.
right? They play for one team and then play for another team.
Yep.
Keep their reps up, keep their rank up in their game, because
Mhm.
you miss a couple weeks, then your rank goes down because you
Yep.
jump in a match of Overwatch and you get shredded,
Oh, yeah.
and or Warzone, whatever, to keep your rank up. So you got to keep playing it. So that's the mindset, which I don't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about getting reps. The more reps you get at whatever you do, that
Oh, yeah.
video gaming, working here, then you stay on top in
Yep.
terms of, and then you learn new things. You're like, oh, I know how to do this now. And so, because just last night I was playing with Coach Tan, and I hadn't really got in because I've been coaching it, but got into some unranked of Overwatch 2 and figured out that
Yeah.
I like Sigma.
Sigma's awesome.
He's a beast. I'm like, man, he's a jack. He does any map, and it doesn't matter. He could deal damage, and his protect does exactly what a tank does. He could take everything. As long as my healer is there, I could do my job, which they were. And then I tried out Winston, which I hadn't done a whole lot, and so that one is a learning curve.
He's a little bit harder to
He's
play.
a learning curve.
Yeah.
He jumps, the way he attacks. He drops his primal bubble that I gotta get used to with the jump and all that. So it's like pretty, but I like him. And then I figured out. So he's probably the hardest just for movement, mechanical movements.
There's a lot of hard tanks to play. Like
Yeah.
Doomfist and
Doomfist too. I tried him one time, like
he's hard to
a
play.
month ago, or actually back in the summer. And I was like, oh yeah, I gotta get some more rest. But Sigma was easy.
He's easy.
And Reinhardt, I like him, and he's easy, but he does, with all the movement in the game, to me, he's like more like a stick in the mud. He's slow.
Yeah. He's not very good in the current meta. I'm a big Overwatch 2 player, so
okay.
Yeah,
Well,
Reinhardt.
there you go.
He's not meta right now.
Yeah, because he's just for one, he's slow.
He's just slow.
That's this. I mean, anything in the FPS that's slow, not good.
Yeah.
Especially if between the player and the weapons.
Yeah.
If they're slow, you might not want to use them unless you just know how to work them.
You have to have like the perfect comp to work with him. Like you need like a Lucio with the speed boost.
Yep.
So he can go faster.
Because he's fast, Tracer as DPS.
Oh, yeah.
Fast, even though Lucio's healer.
Yeah.
You got Tracer that's fast, but she's DPS, so she's there to cause havoc to the opposing team, outflank them and stuff like that. So,
I can talk about Overwatch all day.
Oh yeah, and it was just I didn't even know this. This is what I've been me and Coach Tan have been heavy at the last couple weeks, and so this week for the BEC that we're in, the big esports conference, that's all the Big 10 teams that we made up. So this is our off week, so we don't have no games to talk about, so which is good. Teams could kind of take a break off because we had first week of school and still had our second week of the BEC. So this is our third week of the second semester, and that means we probably got we have 6 more weeks to go in the season, and the season will conclude April 12th and 13th in Ohio State's campus. I'll say that I'll pencil that in. When I was in the coaches meeting, coaches meeting for the BEC, and they said it's still not confirmed that it's Ohio State University and their land center or their facility, esports facility, but it's about 80%. So right now, pencil in Ohio State's campus, which for us will be qualifying. I know as of right now, we're qualified in Super Smash Brothers with our record and the wins and losses that we have, but we still have work to do with Overwatch 2, which we won the last couple weeks. So we're that's good. Out of the break, we won twice, I believe. And then Rocket League 2 has been winning. Last week we had a big win.
Love Rocket League
over Northwestern. Like we played Northwestern, and it was a football score. Yeah, I remember this is soccer.
Yeah,
soccer. We had a football score. Like
what was the score?
In one match we beat them like 11 and like 2.
Jeez, that's just high scoring.
And so it was just I say it was rough for Northwestern. For us, and it's good because that team is a young team. So first semester, so that was last semester, fall semester was the first semester, mostly incoming freshmen, couple sophomores here and there. And team manager Brody does a great job with kind of, managing them, making sure they get the reps, making sure they obviously practice and all that, and done a good job because now because they started off a little bit rough, a couple losses here and there, getting beat up by other teams in the Big 10. But now they're on the incline. They're starting to win. And same with Overwatch too. We had some stuff going on during break, but we cleared all that up, and now we're in a point where the players are just playing and having fun and winning. So
is Rocket League usually standard for the like 3v3?
Yeah,
that's
usually,
for rank.
Yeah,
and then
that's usually it.
And then for the text line, we got what platform do you usually play on? For competitive, it's usually PC, right? For competitive. But do you also play PlayStation for games, or do you?
It depends on where you're at. Like here, everything right now we're running on PC.
Yeah, because PC is kind of dominant.
Yeah.
For
Once we get a facility, usually games that are on PC or on console, so Xbox, PlayStation, or Switch. Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah,
Mario
that's
Kart, obviously.
Switch, yeah.
And then Madden,
that's
2K, and FC. Those would be on console.
Yeah.
Unless the tournament can designate, hey, yeah, you could play those games on PC. Like I played Madden on PC before.
That just seems weird though to me.
Yeah, it's different experience, but it is capabilities. But majority of the games like Overwatch 2, Rocket League, and Valorant, League of Legends, Rainbow Six Siege.
Oh, I love Rainbow Six Siege.
Call of Duty, we're talking, and even if we never seen no Warzone competition. It's always been like
that'd be Battle Royale is always a little weird,
like a kill race competition. But if they do that, that's most likely that's on PC as well.
Yeah, most of the games, if it can be like PC or console, usually it's PC for like competitive. I feel like because that's it kind of dominates. Even when you look at like esports for like like the big time streamers,
because the pros do it.
Yeah,
it's
all PC.
It's just like what the pros do in any other traditional sports.
The skill level is just like higher
there, and because moving. I did Overwatch 2 the other day with Coach Tan. I actually did it with mouse and keyboard, which I had never done it. I always played.
It's a lot different.
I always played with a controller. I'll just plug my controller into my PC to use it for Overwatch. But this stuff, I was like, and I did it warm up when I moved around. I was like, oh, because I've been doing it a lot more. As I'm coaching over the last. This is going into my 4th year of coaching overall, and really my 2nd year here. Actually, 5th year, going into my 5th year. Excuse me. And me just being on there and knowing the numbers, the AW. DS and different bumper buttons like the E button or the R button or the C, the Q, the Z, and our different utilities, the shift, the caps lock, stuff like that. I'm learning where my fingers need to be and how I need to be set up. I kind of,
it needs to be like sideways.
I kind of probe my keyboard sideways, so I'm not like my hand could almost. Actually, I need it almost to be straight because I don't like to be curved.
If it's like if you have it straight across, you're not doing it right. It's what I've learned. See,
I started like this, and then I was like, let me get comfortable. I kind of went like that. So.
See, I'm a console player, but I've tried PC a little bit, but I play Xbox mostly.
Yeah, me too.
So controllers like probably the easiest to just like pick up and play in my opinion, but like the ceiling isn't as high.
Nope.
PC there's a learning curve, but like you can get really good on PC. Like
the 360 shots are made easier with PC with a mouse and keyboard.
You can because it's easier to aim with your whole arm than your thumbs.
Yeah, and but there's players out there.
Oh, there's really good controller players. I'm not saying that.
And I've seen like pro players. Nick Merckx.
He's a big one.
He's a big controller player.
Jinxie on
is it Jinxie?
Jinxie on Rainbow Six Siege.
Oh, okay.
He's one of the top Twitch streamers now.
Is he?
He's number 1 in Twitch subs.
Nice.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, well, it's always going to change, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's going to change a lot because it's always games that are then the games that are out are popular. They're going to change because the meta gets changed.
Yep.
And then people are going to follow, out of love with it because the meta got changed.
I mean, and also people just get bored.
That's
also a lot of people don't like playing the same game for.
I don't see how you do that. I cannot get bored of playing video games.
I can't either. See, I can get bored maybe with like a certain game if they don't change anything. Like. I'm going to say like Overwatch, for example, if they don't, like if the meta just kind of stays the same the entire time, it kind of gets a little stagnant.
Yeah, I believe so. What I believe about boredom with video games, you got to keep just like your taste buds, you got to keep your palate clean.
Yeah.
And so what I do a good job, and this is why I probably don't get bored with anything because I always play something different.
Yeah. See, I like to rotate between like 3 games.
Me too.
What are they? I play Overwatch, Rainbow. And then, I kind of dabble in Madden a little bit.
Okay.
Battle Royale, play a little bit of Fortnite and Apex.
Okay.
So the main 2 are Overwatch and Rainbow, and then I kind of rotate between all of those.
So I'm Madden and Halo Infinite.
I knew Halo.
Yep. So those are my mains. But then right now I'm going back down my backlog since I have more time. We're talking. And I'm only teaching 1 class this semester.
Yeah.
So I'm in my backlog of RPGs. I'm starting off where I left off. it was the first one that's where I stopped playing because of work and travel and moving to Nebraska was Ragnarok, God of War Ragnarok.
yeah.
So I started back on that, and then I'm gonna go on. So that's on PS5, and then on Xbox I have The Quarry. It's a horror game. It came
I'm
out,
not a big horror game guy,
yeah,
but
it
I've
came
heard of
out
it.
like almost 2 years ago now, and it's
Mhm.
like it's your classic. It's like Friday the 13th,
Yeah.
or Deb. It's not like where you log in and you're a counselor and you got to run. No, it's actually it's an RPG, so it got a storyline, and you got to do different things. The cool thing is you got to find Easter eggs all over the campground. So you want, if you're walking away, like you're trying to run away from whoever's trying to kill you in the game, but there's like some type of candle, or it's a pocket watch over there,
Mhm.
or it's a keychain of the name of the camp, or a T-shirt. So you gotta find that stuff because that's like the funnest part because
Yeah.
you're running around and all of a sudden the screen kind of like shakes and that lets you know something like
Something's coming.
something that you could find is right near you.
Mm.
You're in the area.
Okay. Okay.
And then don't really, and then like you said, when somebody's chasing you, it doesn't really give you. It's a horror movie, so it don't
Yeah,
give you
so-
It gives you no heads up.
I
So
bet.
so you
Because then it
gotta
wouldn't be scary, if you know when the scary parts are going to come.
The only thing it does, like typical horror movie,
The music.
between the
Mhm.
and the I say that look on the person's face when they're most likely about to die.
Okay.
So when your character or a character in the area is like looking weird, you're like, oh, something's about to go down, and let me get away from you, or let me get out of here.
Yeah. So I have two questions. One, do you ever play Diablo? Because I know Xbox, Microsoft was pushing that a lot.
It's on there. I haven't played it. No, I want to play it.
I've heard like they were promoting it a lot, but I kind of heard it flopped a little bit.
They started promoting it back in actually almost a year ago.
Yeah.
It was
I
like a
saw
year.
it everywhere.
It was on Xbox. It was on Series Xbox, but I never downloaded. But people that I know that
I played it
are diehard Diablo fans, yeah, they were on it, and the ones that are hardcore, and that's probably why
Did they like it?
They liked it.
Okay.
For being on console. I thought it looked good. I mean, I hadn't played it on
good.
PC, so I can't really judge it or give feedback on comparisons, right?
Yeah.
For other games though, obviously Madden. Like I said, I played Madden on PC and played it on console. It's a little clearer, I say, graphic wise, but gameplay wise, because you could do it two ways on PC. Obviously, you could actually use mouse and keyboard, which I didn't do. I used controller.
Yeah,
I'm like, I'm not going to try to use mouse and keyboard playing Madden. I said that's going to be really a learning curve and weird.
Yeah.
But so no, I'll talk. I know my friends when that came out, they were excited about Diablo on console.
I heard a lot of promotion, didn't hear too many good things about it. And then also, I used to be diehard Rocket League person. Did you ever get really into Rocket League? I know you talked about
when it first came out, I was playing at it and I got pretty good at it. And then once I started coaching, I just got more into the coaching side.
The coaching, yeah.
But that's one
that's a big team.
A handful of games that we, especially the ones that we compete in, and the ones we play as a club. Like we play all the games. We literally play everything. The only thing is that like a big thing, even though we have an area in our Discord where it's the other games, so people play whatever random other games there are. But for competitive stuff, from all the shooters we just mentioned, Rainbow Six Siege, Apex Legends, as well, those games I would try to play at least once a day, like once in a week. 7 days in a week, play 2 or 3 of those games every day, because just to keep my knowledge of the game. If there's any big changes, updates, then I know just as well as the players know, so we could talk about it in practice and make sure I'm not left behind not knowing. And so it felt good to jump on Overwatch 2, which I hadn't jumped on in a while.
Yeah.
I knew what's his name, Muga, the big guy.
Oh, Malga, yeah.
Malga, yeah.
He was broken when he first came out.
He probably was OP.
They nerfed him, so he's not as good.
Oh, they did already.
They nerfed him like 2 weeks after he came out because
that was fast.
Because Overwatch was like pay to win because you have to have the battle pass to have him.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So because he's a new character, so you had to have the battle pass.
I only got his little
the emblem.
That's all I have. I don't have him.
So I don't have the battle pass, so I don't have Malga. But when he was really good, you go against Malga every time. It's it's pay to win.
Yeah, well, he had those big guns. One of our better players plays tank, and when he came out in our scrims,
you had to play him.
Oh yeah, he did. Good. He used him, and his it's like, what's his ultimate? What's his ult?
I don't know. I'm forgetting what it's
I
called,
know
but
it
it
almost looks like
puts like a cage where you can't escape. You can't
Oh
escape.
yeah, because it almost looks like he's almost letting off a bomb. It's like
No,
a
it's just
crack. It's almost like Reinhardt's. God, I just had that.
the
Shatter.
Shatter, yeah.
Reinhardt's Shatter. I just had it, and
I mean,
boom, it
that's
went away.
when. So that's like one of his abilities when he like can run super fast and come down to like
Yeah.
stun you. His
Yep.
ult, he puts like a wall around himself that you can
Got
like
it.
trap the enemy team. So like you want to trap supports. So like you can trap him Mercy, so she can't like fly away.
So it's kind of like Winston a little bit.
A little bit like the bubble, but they can't go out of it.
At
They're
all.
stuck. No, they're
nah.
stuck unless
And
there's like a life weaver that pulls.
Yeah, and then Life Weaver too. That got it. And then that sounds like Killjoy in Valorant. Killjoy puts an EMP up. So if you're in you're in that EMP bubble, none of your weapons work.
Yeah, that's Sombra.
Yeah,
in Overwatch.
Or in Overwatch.
Yeah.
So in Valorant, that's Killjoy, and I like running with Killjoy. She has her turret and a couple other little bots that you could put out on the map, and they'll give you alerts that somebody's like creeping. So interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about with Overwatch. There's so many.
Yeah, I'm glad.
So many guys.
Yeah, glad because like I said, been doing a lot with them, and so tonight would have been Overwatch, but like I said, bye week. So we're gonna go. I was gonna try to set up some scrims, but didn't get nothing set up there because I found out I was busy, long day of work today because I'm traveling tomorrow. So I didn't get that up. But we were gonna do some practice things of getting them working on their mechanics, working on their shooting, just fundamentals. And knowing the fundamentals is of a sport or a competition or a competitive thing. You master the fundamentals, then you're head and shoulders above a lot of the people that play. And so just teaching that, to the players of that team and all teams really, is going to get to Valorant. I'm going to get to Rocket League. I'm going to get to Oval or Call of Duty. Those guys. Call of Duty team is probably I say in terms of seniority, in terms of age, they're the oldest. They're like all, I think, juniors and seniors. So they're kind of already there. There's not much I could show them that they don't know about the game. They do a fantastic job of like rotating. When I watched them practice, they're a well-oiled machine because they've been around each other for 3-4 years now. So shout out to Jaden and Zeebs and Cloud Z and who else? It's a few more other guys. I'll look on the Discord real quick.
Chemistry and knowledge of the game is almost just as important as actually being good at the game. Good aim or anything like that. So we better throw it to break.
Yes, indeed.
Been going.
We could talk all day about it.
Oh yeah. We only got so much time, so we got sent to break. You're listening to the Ahman Green Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Your child was embarrassed when you arrived at their basketball game. 75% of parents or guardians report current alcohol use. Drinking alcohol can cause harm to children and loved ones. By drinking less, your child will be excited to see you at their basketball game. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road. Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices. Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today. If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with 4 Lincoln locations, but now 5 Lincoln locations. That's 25% more locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11, located right alongside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios at 1040 O Street.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com. Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
This is the Ahman Green Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Brought to you by Doors Plus.
All right, we're back here at the Ahman Green Show. My man Ben, former student. We're talking some Overwatch 2 or Overwatch in general. But also real quick this weekend, NFL, what we had NFC, AFC playoffs.
We gotta talk about that.
Man, I like for reasons of the fact that, you know, they haven't been there in a while. So we'll start with NFC first.
Mm-hmm.
For the Lions, I'm a 49ers fan.
Okay.
So I'm happy they're in. But just for time's sake, because I know a lot of Detroit Lions fans all over, family, friends that are from there that are Lions fans. And so just for, you know, being like 49ers, they've been to Super Bowls recently a lot in the last 5-6 years. And history, you know, shows that they got 5 or 6 Super Bowls rings. They won.
Yep.
So like getting Detroit there, where I've been like, you know what, is they're about due.
They are definitely
It's
due.
been several lifetimes before they got to a Super Bowl and won.
Well, I don't even
arrived at a Super Bowl and won. I'll say that.
Was it even a Super Bowl? I think it
was before the Super Bowl.
I don't even think they've made a
actual
Super Bowl.
No, they haven't
in the Super Bowl.
So
area,
that's not how long it's been. Just to bring that point up, it hasn't. It's been that long. So before it was called Super Bowl, it was just called championship.
Yeah, they were dominant then.
They were dominant. They have like 2 or 3, or if not more. And then, but since the Super Bowl era, which was 1966, I think.
Nothing.
So for that sake, I was like, if they win, cool. And they should. I say from their gameplay, they earned it. They obviously didn't complete it. They didn't close the cap because of the turnovers, mistakes done at the end against a good team. You can't do that against a good team. And so, unfortunately, Jared Goff writing his story for 2023, 2024, and that whole roster really, where Dan Campbell has brought them literally from the dead in the last 4 years of that program. To me, for one, as a former player, not surprised because most of that staff is former players, including the head coach. And he was a tight end, big pipe. If he's a tight end, he's a huge tight end. Big, that's a big dude. Deuce Staley, running backs coach, used to play for the Steelers. Aaron Glenn, defensive coordinator, played for the Jets and a few other teams around the NFL. And there's a few more guys that I know I'm missing there on the Detroit roster that are former NFL players. So knowing that staff and the way it's built out and the attitude of Dan Campbell from day one, where I remember, and it's been brought up several times, his press conference when he got hired, how he said he's going to rip out throats and
bust kneecaps.
Yeah, that's what it was. Bust kneecaps. And I'm like, you want to hear your coach. It's football, right? It's a physical sport. Rules have changed, obviously not as physical in some ways as it was when I was playing and Jay was playing, but it's still a physical sport. And the teams that are in it, I say some that were in it, like the Ravens, they're physical. 49ers, physical. And Chiefs defense, I say defense is physical. Offense is more finesse because it's more pass game. They don't have a run game that would beat you up and everything.
Although Pacheco is pretty good.
No, he's a little mighty mite.
Oh yeah.
Big a small running back, big bark.
He runs hard.
Yeah, he runs very hard. He gets people watching the game excited because the way he runs, his effort is there. And I say he's about probably like 210, maybe 210, between 210 and 205, but he runs like he's 220, which is good. And so, having Kansas City, edge out Baltimore, they were there again, mistakes. And I think they were too much in their own heads. Watching Lamar, because you can't really, when you plan a game, no matter what the game, I don't care if it's just the first regular season game in the regular season or it's the NFC Championship game, they're all the same in your mental. If you start thinking this game is bigger than the whole world, so you overwhelm yourself automatically, and then nervousness and anxious just starts to creep in, and then you almost you have a sense of, man, every play is that play, and it's like, no, if you treat it like that, then when you mess up, it's going to be it's going to feel like the end of the world. So you kind of approach it as, I'm gonna just roll with the punches. I'm gonna play hard, respect the guys I'm playing against, and depend on my teammates to help me out. And so, because you saw where when he made mistakes, he was, like any player would throw your helmet, but I think mentally they just carried that game, carried it instead of lifted it. You see the difference? Because carrying it is like a burden. Like, man, people are already doubting me, and they doubted me in the first week of the playoffs where I only had one victory in the playoffs. I got my two, to get where I got my second win, but then I get here and lose. So I say wearing on his mind like that, and you could tell from his body mechanics. And of course, after the game, he's upset, and I think any person would be because you get there so far, you just one game off. But he has to understand, and players like Lamar got to understand that when you get in that moment, and you would think you would be there because he's been there, right? Heisman Trophy winner. But it's some players you could tell, and I've been around, I've seen it enough, being an athlete myself, where they're not living in that moment. It's just enjoying the game and playing hard, because then that athlete comes out. And for me, playing Little League championships to then high school, getting here, going to the national title game, I never looked, when I got in that bowl game to see the Fiesta Bowl my freshman year, I never looked at it as, oh my God, this is the game. Like, I looked at it, if I did that, I did it for like a second and then snap back. Like, all right, what's the next play? Basically, it was just matter of fact. I got to notice that, because if I'm worried about how big the stage is, I won't be able to perform. Like, my team needs me to perform like I've done all season, because I'm letting this one game get up here. So I think a lot of people miss that without paying attention, or they watch the game by missing that, though. Because you see this at all sports, right? Basketball, baseball too. All of a sudden, you're like, why so-and-so ain't playing good? This is the game. Like, this is the playoff, because they're overthinking it in their head. It's like 2 weeks ago, Dallas Cowboys, right? You watch that game, they look like bumps on the log. Like, they're sitting there looking at each other, like, asking, like, let's go. your mouth breathing.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? It's like, man. So, but like I said, Jared Goff and the Lions, just the same thing with them. They were right there. They came out busting up the 49ers run game and pass game. Everything was working. Then started making little mistakes here, there and there. And it was just good players making good plays because it wasn't just a mistake happened. It was a forced mistake. You see, I think it was Greenlaw gets Gibbs in the pack and rips the ball out. And I remember explaining a long time ago where people were like, man, why you can't hold on to the ball? Man, yeah, I got a 250-pound linebacker
that's hitting you
that could bench press a Toyota that's ripping the ball out of my finger, out of my hands, and probably broke my thumb. So let me know how it works for you. You go on the bottom of the pile. And then you got a linebacker trying to strip the ball out. But I say now that like the table, as a lot of talk shows have said already, the table's set. You got Mahomes, you got Purdy rematch from a few years ago. But Mahomes and them, they were here last year. It was just another young quarterback, Jalen Hurts. And so their advantage is experience, just like Tom Brady had over everybody. When you get that knowledge and experience of being in the game, then like I just mentioned, that game, that Super Bowl is just like another game. It's just like practice. It becomes when the game becomes practice, then becomes easy. And that's why Tom Brady has and always will be, that guy, because everybody was like, oh my God, he makes this look easy. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because it's no pressure. He's got, at one point in time, he had 5 rings under his belt. What's the pressure? Okay, we lose this one. I still got 5 rings at home. So that was the kind of his mindset. That's the mindset you got to have. And, it's just for them. So now, like with Pat Mahomes is creeping up on that. This is his 5th appearance, 4th appearance, fourth. And he's not even in double-digit years in the league.
Yeah, 6th. He's made AFC Championship every year as a starter.
That is amazing.
And then 4th Super Bowl now.
Crazy.
Are you kind of on the Chiefs bandwagon? Like, do you mind? Some people really despise the Chiefs.
I don't. And then that remark, I'll go. So I'll let you finish, then I'll go.
No, okay. So I mean, yeah, some people because of the Taylor Swift stuff. I don't mind it.
Me neither. I don't mind it.
I don't mind it either. It's making them.
It's decoration. That's what it is to me. It's decoration.
The football game's still going on.
Exactly.
I don't know. But then also, I don't know if you saw, but when Kelsey before the game was like throwing Justin Tucker's stuff, did you see that?
No, I didn't see the pregame. I missed it.
No, it was all over social media. So like Justin Tucker when he was warming up.
He got kickers come out. They'll put their towels on the ground or their hand warmers or a helmet. Oh, okay, helmet.
So he had his helmet and like there's 3 footballs and it was like right next to Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce like picked it all up and like threw it. So some people are like really mad about that. But if you didn't see that, we don't have to go into that.
No. I could say why he probably threw it because if it's by my quarterback's legs and he's warming up too, I don't want my quarterback step on no footballs.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
The way it's Travis. It's game time. Mm-hmm. He's gonna set he's gonna cross. He's gonna basically draw a line in the dirt, saying, "Hey, you can't do this." Instead of being like, I would have said, "Hey, Justin, can you move your stuff over a little bit?" But make it a thing by picking it up and tossing it. So you can process that as you want. I don't know if Justin Tucker took offense to it. He probably didn't care.
It didn't look like he cared.
Like I said, I was like, for me, I would have been like, "Hey, Justin, can I move this a little bit? If, a little bit that way." You got Pat throwing me some passes, but Travis, he's a character. So I say for everybody out there, don't read much into that. He's a great player.
Really.
Yeah, me neither. If like me hearing it is like, I just would have asked him to move the ball. It's like he just trying to. He maybe was. I don't know Travis, personally, and never met him, but. Potentially he was maybe trying to make a scene, or it's that football moment, right? You're in that, not football moment. You're
game
in that,
time.
It's game time.
Mm-hmm.
They're the other team. Like, man, move your stuff. Like, get your stuff. My quarterback trying to board up, man. Get it out the way. Like, get over there. I can see that. And that's fine because that's okay. It's like
football.
It's football. When I would see guys warming up, even though the only time it would not really, or it not, I don't say would not. But the only time I would maybe get surprised if it was a former teammate from here. When I saw guys on the other team, I come in thinking, I might have a straight face, but I'm like, oh, if I see Jay, I'm gonna say what's up. Or if I see Mike Brown, I'm gonna say what's up. Guys that play with me in Lincoln, I'm gonna see what's up. I remember trying to think who else. Jay, he was with the Texans and Buffalo for a little while. I think Brendan Stiles was the Steelers before I think he was still around when I got to Seattle. But we played the Steelers my second year. We probably missed each other by a little bit. I'm not sure if he was still there. But when I saw college teammate, I'm gonna say, well, at least try to track him down, and say hi at the end of the game.
Yeah, definitely.
When we come to the side, in the middle of the field. So, but no, it's game time. It's AFC Championship game, and so I can see Travis doing his getting into that moment type of thing. So,
yeah. So you're not on like the Chiefs, like you don't hate the Chiefs. It's kind of just like,
so to that.
Okay, because some people really despise.
So I say this because I get what people are mad about, because there's always going to be haters in the world about winners.
Yep.
I was on a team. Talked about it all. This team. I've talked about it in class with you. This team I was on almost 30 years ago now. We were that team. And to not like us for winning, I'm like, wait a minute, isn't playing sports all about winning?
Yeah.
So why are you gonna hate the team that's winning? Even though it's okay, I get it's not your team. If it might be a rival, like say you might be a Buffalo. Okay, I get you. You don't like us. Say that. But don't say you're mad at us because we're winning. Or don't be mad at the Patriots years ago. Don't be mad at the Yankees or the Red Sox. Don't be mad at the Lakers or Golden State, because everybody wants a winner. You want to win when you compete in something. So when I hear that, I'm like, no, give me the real reason. Give me another reason. I'll say, give me another reason, because
maybe
that's too easy.
Maybe people are just mad that their team isn't winning. So
say that. I'll take that. I'm not taking because they win. I'm like, everybody's talking about being a winner. What's the problem? Well, that shouldn't be the problem. That's not. It's an underlying meaning under there.
See, for me, I mean, like, I don't hate the Chiefs, but like, they've had a lot of success. So I kind of want to see a team, like Lamar or the Ravens. I'd rather see them, get
or the Lions, like I mentioned.
I mean, yeah. So like, I'm kind of like an underdog. I kind of root for the underdog a lot of the time.
Me too. I'm an underdog.
So that's kind of I don't hate the Chiefs. I don't.
That's why I was going for Detroit.
Yeah,
I'm an underdog person.
So some people just don't like it when they see a team have constant success, and it's just, I don't know.
But that's why you have your team, because you want your team to be constantly succeeding, winning championships every year, and then you're gonna have people that don't like your team. That's why I just laugh. I'm like, this is so what's a contradiction of itself.
I just let people enjoy it, because it only, as a sports fan, your team can only be so good for so long. Everything comes to an end.
Yeah, just
enjoy. I would enjoy it.
Yeah, it's ebbs and waves. It's some things are up and down.
See, I'm a Dolphins fan, so I've never experienced that.
Close. They're getting there.
They're getting there.
They got to figure out their offense and then keep their mistakes down.
See, besides the Lions, the Dolphins have had like the least amount of success over the past 30 years, 40 years. So
yeah, because Dan Marino came through. They made it to a Super Bowl his rookie year. Now it's 1984. So
before my time,
I was 7.
Yeah,
I was 7 then. I didn't even know who Dan Marino was. I knew who Link was because I was playing Legend of Zelda on my Nintendo. I knew who Mario and Luigi was because I was playing Super Mario Brothers.
We all knew those guys when we were 5,
when we were little. We knew who they were. I didn't know who Dan Marino was till probably when I was about 10 or 11. That's when I really got into NFL. But yeah, it's just with that. I mean, they got a good chemistry, a team, right? Players. They got a Hall of Fame tight end. They put his name in the same sentence as Jerry Rice over the commentation, the play-by-play of the game yesterday. Him tying Jerry Rice for touchdowns in playoff. Travis Kelce. So doing that, and then Mahomes he's going to eventually be. He's already actually been where, as we mentioned, he will be. I say more in the area of when you say his name, like you say a Michael Jordan. You know who you're talking about, right?
Yeah. He might already be there.
He will be used as an adjective or an action verb. Oh, I just did that Mahomes on you.
As the commentators say, a little Mahomie.
A little Mahomie. Hey, whoever did that the first time, I hope they patent that. That was genius.
I think it's Chris Collinsworth.
It might have been. If it was him, I'm shocked. I thought it'd be like a State Farm commercial with all the State Farm commercials.
No, I think it was an actual NFL commentator
that said
that
my
said that.
homie.
Yeah, he's like, that's looking a little.
I'm surprised if it was Chris Collinsworth because
Why?
he doesn't look like the guy that would come up with that. He's not. I don't think he's savvy enough. He's so by the book.
He probably just came up with it on the fly. He was like,
he's by the book to me. So like he's always like in terms of commentation, you have commentators that are real loose with the words and they'll be more street savvy, whatever. I don't see him as that. He's by like he's going, as my mom used to say, the king's language, English, proper spoken English. He's not throwing in no slang. So for him to come up with that,
I think it was him. He's
my homie. I would have lost bet on that.
You know,
a lot of money on that.
You know, a lot of the NFL fans on Twitter don't like it when everyone just like they quote unquote glazes over Patrick Mahomes
and his what?
Just how good he is. You know, it's like it's funny because like in the Packers game, Mahomes isn't even in the game, but they're somehow finding a way to bring 100%. Mahomes up, which I don't mind it.
That happened with Michael Jordan back in the day.
Well, I mean, when you're that good,
you're good. I mean, I knew he was going to be. I didn't know. I'll be honest. I didn't know he was going to be this good, but I knew he was going to be better than most recent quarterbacks because really just one thing, his baseball background. His dad being a Major League Baseball pitcher, most of his career, he was a relief, but it doesn't matter. Once you practice and play at that level, for any kid athletes, I was just talking about this the other day to a friend or somebody where you look at all the kids that are pros now who parents are former pros. And that played this weekend, right? We got Christian McCaffrey, right?
Yeah.
His brother JJ a few weeks ago, right? Or a month ago now for the national title. And they have another brother somewhere. I think was he at TCU or somewhere or Rice. I thought
Luke was Rice.
He's gone now. He transferred.
I think he's somewhere else now. I'm blanking on it.
But yeah, I remember he was at Rice.
Yeah.
And so his mom and dad. So everybody think it was more his dad, but no, his mom, their mother, she was a track star. And so she helped train their dad.
Yeah.
When he was a Denver Bronco, he got drafted to the 49ers, didn't pan out there well. It's hard to when you have Jerry Rice in front of you, where he barely gets hurt and he plays literally every game, and then John Taylor too, and then other wide receivers. So he he goes to Denver. That's where Shanahan went because Shanahan was under Bill Walsh.
Yeah.
With the 49ers way back when. So he got to the Broncos. He brought McCaffrey over. And so you see parents that are able to help their kids transition into what they did as a profession. Because sometimes, obviously you don't want to push your kid into it. They got to be their decision. And so, but they obviously were able to, get them to a level where they're like, no, I want to do this. I want to be an NFL running back where I run and catch the ball and be one of the best running backs out there. So having that for Mahomes too, where his dad was a baseball pitcher, so he knows how to throw the ball. Not a football per se, but Pat is going to learn how to throw a football in very extraordinarily in different ways. When you off, as they call now, off-putting or off level passes when it's just scrambling and he's just trying to get it to his receivers. That's it.
Yeah.
I just like how, like I said, with Chris Conlon being the commentator, he is by the book. They find a phrase for it, and I'm like, just say it's scrambling.
We got to throw it to break. You've been going a long time, but we had a text on a text line. I want to say this. Chris Collinsworth describing Chris Collinsworth. I'm going to try to do it in his voice. No, this is a guy who knows his stuff and works night in and night out to come up with clever nicknames.
Yes.
That's my best Chris Collinsworth.
That's what he does.
That's my best impression. We got to throw it to break. One more segment left to go. You're listening to the Ahman Green Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Coming up in Lincoln, February 2nd through 4th at the Sand Hills Global Event Center, it's the family show of all outdoors, the 55th annual Boat, Sport, and Travel Show. With RVs, motorhomes, boats, trailers, discount tackle, and family fun for everyone. Interact with exotic animals at wildlife encounters and appearances by Husker football players. Veterans free on Friday, lots of free parking. Doors open at noon on Friday, 10 a.m. Saturday and Sunday. See you there!
Sports Show.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
By John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, a little patchy fog possible this morning. Otherwise, we'll see mainly sunny skies. Stay in warm weather, too. We'll see higher on 47. Tonight, partly cloudy skies are expected with a low around 31. And tomorrow, more sunshine on the way. Warm weather, too. We'll see a high around 44. Meteorologist Kyle Clutch for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Don't allow uninvited guests to take over your home. Trust Bats to Rats for a peaceful and rodent-free living space.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine. Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with 4 Lincoln locations, but now 5 Lincoln locations. That's 25% more locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11, located right alongside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios at 1040 O Street.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
This is the Ahman Green Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Brought to you by Doors Plus.
We're back. Was giving some knowledge to the kiddos, little baseball team right behind me. I heard Jay talking, but I thought he was just talking to Rebecca.
Oh, no.
I didn't know. I saw the kids here, and I'm like, it didn't even like connect that they was getting in here to come talk. And we always do that. We what's the word? We it's like paying it forward to the next generation of athletes, or even yourself, Ben. You were in my class, and we always. I know a few times I had my little. I brought my little preach podium out there about, if you're going to work in this industry, you got to love it a little bit. You got to like it a lot. You can't just like it. You gotta love it because being a commentator, play-by-play, and like what you're doing now, hosting the show with myself and other casters here. You gotta have a little love for it because obviously it gets tough. Long days, long nights. You were just talking about the long nights. So able to talk to them, give them a little anecdote of going through life and starting off as a kid and growing up and all the learning lessons. And one thing I mentioned, and Jay was already on it, you gotta listen to mom and dad, dude. The parents, you may not want to listen to them sometimes, but hey, trust me, those are the ones that help you through it. They learned already, so they're teaching you, just like I'm doing with my kids. So, yep. So where we at? What we got? 3 more minutes?
Probably like a minute.
We got a minute. So, like I said, bye week for us at Nebraska Esports. We got Pro Bowl first and then Super Bowl. So excited for that. I'm actually headed out to Pro Bowl. I'm doing play-by-play for Madden tournament down there in Orlando, Florida. So catch me. I think the show will be on Twitch or YouTube. I will put on my social media. I'm gonna take pictures. They want me. Part of it is doing the social media lead-in post for it. So I'm gonna pump it out on my Instagram and my X so people know when I'm casting and when the stream, because it's gonna be pre-recorded and then aired, I think on this Sunday during the Pro Bowl or around the Pro Bowl, before or after. I think it's before, either Saturday night or on Sunday afternoon before the game. The flag football game starts for the Pro Bowl matchup there. So, all right. I think that's a wrap.
Yeah.
Right on the nose.
Right on the nose.
Yeah.
Right in time.
I know how to do this thing. So, all right, Ben, man. Good doing it with you.
Good talking.
Yeah, one of many times will be a part of this.
Oh, yeah.
In here on the Ground Mind Green show here. So, peace out, y'all.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property